Good morning, this is Derek with Superhero Fitness. Today we are doing lower body, focusing on anything mid-core and down. We're gonna be doing strength, cardio, balance, and a little bit extra cardio. So we're gonna work on keeping the heart rate up and keeping things warm as we go. So let's just go ahead and get started. We're gonna go with a little bit of standing bouncing. So starting with just our bounce, a little light on the toes. Now for today's class, you do not need any equipment. However, if you do have weights, a heavy backpack, a suitcase, something like that, it will be beneficial if you're looking for more of the strength gain side of things. If not, body weight's gonna do just fine. We're gonna be able to do more repetitions. We're still gonna get toned and strong through that as well. If you have blocks, a curve, or something that you can get like just on the edge of for some ankle stuff later, that will also be helpful. Next up, side to side steps. Just step wide, slide to the side. Step, step, step. Tap, come on in. Welcome. There you go. You're welcome. All right, so just telling them strength, cardio, balance, more cardio. Next up, squat to arm raises. Send your hips back, lift your arms up. As you lift back up, raise your arms, bring your arms down. Raise your arms down. What's harder? So hard. Oh. So the coordination, you think, or just the balance? Yeah, it does throw off the balance a little bit, taking the hands up. Option would be actually be able to put the hands out in front. It generally helps so you can stick your butt out further, as long as you keep the belly in. Good, come on up. Next up, zombie walks, one of my favorites. Opposite hand to foot, toes to fingers. There it is. Music volume looks good. Cool. Get that nice little twist through the upper hip and side to side. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, hands to and knees to down to the ground. And we're gonna do fire hydrant. So keep your hands and knees stable, but take your right leg up to the side and slow control back down. Notice if your hips or your torso tries to shift to the left. Can you keep it relatively stable? 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Make sure your right knee goes somewhere relatively in line with your right wrist and lift back up. Left side. Three, 2, and 1. Bird dog. We're gonna go the opposite direction. So just turning the side, watching out for Susan's up kicker. We're gonna do right hand, left leg. Right hand reaches forward, left leg reaches back. Replace your hands, switch sides. Just alternate between the two. We'll go about a 45. Alternate, reach even longer, and now add just a little bit of knee to elbow in the center. Draw it in, around through the spine, and switch. A little compression to add to our extension. 3, 2, last one, and down. Next to last one, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send your hips up and back. Your heels do not have to reach or even strive for the ground, but you might walk out one knee at a time to get a little bit more of a calf and back of the leg stretch. I know sometimes this can feel pretty intense for the upper body too, but I want as much as you can to keep the stretch focus in the back of the thighs, all the way up to the butt, and maybe all the way as deep as the ankles. If it feels good, you can knock one knee in to cross the body, so take your right knee off to the left, or the left knee off to the right. Breathe into the hips, lift your hips a little higher, come to the tippy toes. Exhale to set the heels back even further. A couple times there. Inhale to reach, lift. Exhale to lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot in between your hands, set your back knee down. So we're coming to a lunge position. From lunge position, you can keep your back toes tucked or untucked, however is gonna feel more comfortable here. And then we're just gonna draw the hips forward and open up the front left quad. So our thigh right here. It doesn't need to be the spiciest stretch of your life right now. We're just looking to get a little bit warmed up for the hip raises, calf raises, and things that we're doing. We want a little bit extra mobility here, which a lot of us tend to be a little restrictive in. Squeeze your glutes, see what happens. And then maybe zombie crawl your front toes forward just a little bit and lean. Pulse just a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your foot back, knee down, left foot forward. And same thing, engage the glutes forward so your hip is pressing towards your front knee. And then squeeze your glutes. Notice what happens when you squeeze internally. Maybe you even get more of an intense sensation in the rectus femoris right there. Zombie crawl the toes away if you like. Keep it fairly mild to medium. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back, both knees down. Cool. First set of exercises, we're gonna go about 30 seconds or so for each of them, with the transition time for demonstration and such in between. If you do have blocks, we're gonna be starting right off with calf raises for this one. So we're gonna be looking on the bottom part of the legs and then working our way up. Oh yeah, I forgot to grab your weights. I'll give you, do you want the cork blocks?
Sure.
Let's give you the cork blocks. So if you have blocks or something very stable that you feel absolutely sure you can be safe with, you're going to be standing up on top of it with the ball of your foot. And then with your weight here, I should move these down to the solid ground actually. Yeah, those are not gonna work on the soft ground. So balls of the feet on the blocks, you're gonna lift up onto the toes, your heels lift up, and then slow control lower down. So we're lifting up and go ahead and begin. There we go. Took me a second to find my balance there. If you have a weight, you're holding the shoulders back so it's not pulling you forward. One thing I didn't think about is these blocks aren't textured like the cork is. It's also a little bit more slippery. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently step back. Set your weight down. Next one is going to be single-sided. We're going to do both sides though. You're only going to use one weight for it, and it's going to be in the same hand as the leg that is stepping back. So we're going to be in a lunge with the back heel lifted. You're going to squat down or lunge down, lift back up. A couple things we're hoping to focus on is the front knee. Trying to keep it from wobbling too much. It's going to do some for a lot of us, but by pushing it out and engaging the outer left glute, it's going to help keep it more stable. Let's do 30 seconds on each side. We'll go in about 5, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand, right foot. Down, lift back up. Chest stays tall. Options to do no weight. You can also do less range of motion or just hold the bottom part of whatever's comfortable. We're halfway there. Or rather, uncomfortable would be a more proper ideology there. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Step it together. Switch sides. We'll go right into it in 3, 2, and 1. Ten seconds, almost there. 5, weight is always welcome to set down anytime it's not serving you. 3, 2, and 1. Step together, set it down. Likely feeling the front of the quads. A little bit extra there. We'll want some space because we're gonna come down to the ground next. We're gonna be going on to hip bridges. Quick demonstration. No weights at all. You can just lift your hips up, squeeze at the glutes, focus on getting your hips up as high as you can. Pushing down into the triceps here will help get a little bit extra range of motion. Option to make it harder, walk the feet out further away from you, or single leg. I'll try to remember to call it halfway, so you can also use that. If you have a Swiss ball, there's options there, or you're gonna take a weight onto your hips, which is what I'm gonna do. All options are wonderful, so use what you got. Start setting yourself up. We'll go in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Counting is not an exact science. Okay, maybe it is, but squeeze your glutes at the top. Lift your hips up as high as you can. Ten more seconds. Option to hold at the top for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit it down. Whew. I swear getting the weight on is honestly some of the hardest part. When I've been in like when I'm personal training people, it's one of the ones that I'll actually give them the weights because it's just such a pain in the little ass. Literal. Fire hydrants is next. Speaking of ass, we're gonna go to the side of the butt because we just did the back of it. So, option for bands. Will you grab me the black one or the other one too? Or actually, that's great, that's fine. All right, if you got a band, you're welcome to put it on. Not required for this one, but it does add a spiciness to it. I just realized the colors are kind of the same color scheme as Taco Bell taco sauce. Orange is medium, red is hot. Black is Diablo, the black one's heaviest. All right, knees about hip width apart. Fire hydrants, right leg is gonna be our focus. 25 seconds on each side in 3, 2, and go. Oh yeah, it does. Can you keep your ankle and your knee in the same plane as we go? Let's get it. 10 seconds. We're gonna switch and immediately go into the other side. No hesitation, no surrender. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. I don't know, I was thinking of space. No. Well, Thunder Gun, yeah. Yes. Never get up, never surrender. Space, something to my own. Galaxy Quest, that's the one. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Woo. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Galaxy Quest butt, because it's going to be out of this world. All right. Next up, we're going to go back to calf raises. I'm just going to use the edge of the mat because this wasn't working as well as I hoped. My other blocks probably work better, but I'll deal with that. And if you don't have blocks, again, you're just using, lift your calves up. The blocks just allow you to go a little bit into the negative, or into ankle, not flexion, yeah, ankle flexion. All right, ready? Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. $15 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Grab your other weight. We're going into lunges. Always an option to modify the weight as needed as we go through. I think the third round, I don't think I'll be doing the 35. So we'll try one more time now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg, arm. It's
a really nice day outside.
It is a very nice day. It keeps going from sun to rain to sun.
It's like dark.
10 more seconds. I'm just excited that it says thunderstorms later. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left leg back, chest is tall. 3, 2, and 1. Engage from the outer right glute. That's going to be where your stability kind of drives from, as well as your hips facing forward. Yeah, it's a very common thing. We want to try to keep our chest above this line. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Glute bridges. Make it challenging. Glutes are the biggest, strongest muscles in our bodies. And that's why they're called Maximus. Like in Gladiator, Maximus Decimus Meridius. Okay. Before I get into that, because I can quote the whole movie, let's get going in 3, 2, and 1. Lift. Squeeze them glutes. Absolutely. I haven't probably watched it in 2 years though, but it came up a couple days ago. John Wick's really up there too, but I think the story is better overall. I think the fantasy is better in John Wick, but the world, yeah, and mysterious, which makes it more intriguing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. And you know me, I'm a sucker for the good hero's journey, especially when you die at the end. No, I'm kidding. Last one, fire hydrants. Grab your bands, throw it on. It is actually a little bit loud. One of the problems is when I readjust down, it like, wherever the default was, it slingshots there. It's got a weird effect on that. All right, you ready? We got the band back together. Let's do it in 3, 2, and 1. What the hell? You're not supposed to laugh at my jokes. Man, I know my joke really wasn't funny if Susan laughs at it. I didn't really look at the timer when we started, so we're just gonna go till it hurts. Like a good hurt. All right, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Your bottom leg is gonna feel extra good right now. Whew. Oh yeah, secret clamshell. That's the name of my band name. Clamshell. Man, why is it so many video games have like clamshells do like the thing with like treasure in it? Mario had coins in it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, it's always these clams that are just eating treasure that dropped out of these coins. There is treasure, but it's not like diverse treasure. Okay, quick water break. Let's do it once more. Oh, my butt. We got a bit, but we're gonna. We're just working towards that Captain America butt, you know. It's America's ass. All right, round number 3. Yeah, music's a little weird when it does that, but let's start about here. We'll turn it up as we go. Starting with calf raises. Let's get ourselves in position. We'll go in 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Calf raises. Yeah, you totally. It was perfectly on time. Stop laughing, it fucks with your balance. Seriously, the laughing does make balance insanely harder. And the more you laugh, the less you balance. Whirly dirly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Lunge pulses. I think I can do one more at the 35. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg, right hand, tip, lift. Something you might notice is your front knee will try to also track forward, but can you keep it that your left knee, your front knee, stays relatively stable? So you tap down, lift back up. That means forward, back, side to side, the whole 360-degree stability. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Left foot, left hand, tap, and lift. Ten, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch, swap. Are we done with weights for today after that? Yeah, after our next one, we're done with weights. So I'm just gonna move it out to the side. Hip bridges, and then fire hydrants, and then a full short rest afterwards. Refresh some of our spells and the like. Okay. Weight is secured. Ready, set, and let's go. Lift as high as you can. Hold that top and secure it with the squeeze of your glutes. $15. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next up, last one of the round, we're gonna go into fire hydrants. Do you want the heavy one? Okay, because I want it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 20 seconds lift, 10-second pulse at the top. What it's gonna look like is as your leg is up, you're just gonna hold up as high as you can and push into the end range motion. Let's go in 5, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg lift and lower. 20, 10. We're gonna pulse in 5, in 3, 2, and pulse it. Yes, you can. Let it burn. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Sit and switch. Fight through, embrace the fire in your glutes, the fire transformation. Like a good piece of steel in the forge. Pound it out and shape it. The more we fold, the more we strengthen, the better. We're gonna pulse in 3, 2, and pulse. Oh my God. Ow. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Sometimes I forget that I'm a little mean. All right, take a well-deserved water break. Check out your butt away. think having kind of like I have on, if I show you this, I was thinking this for water break. And then like the timer, and then the timer pops back up. Yeah, exactly. And then it also gives a chance for like questions, has the chat on the side. Because the focus isn't really on me, but it just kind of is like, yeah. Plus having the, you can make it whatever. There's some free water droplet ones like on Canva I could use too. There's a little bit of a figuring out, planning through it all. Let's do about 30 more seconds. Sometimes literally just walking around to get the butt more of a break. It's really all we needed this. This will be a little bit more mobility focused when we're in the cardio. And I'm gonna save until I turn off the water screen to really go into it. All right. So, cardio round is next. We're similarly going to be doing 30-second-ish timers, but with everything that we're doing here, my intention is that you're not at the highest heart rate. You're not trying to like burn yourself out. If it's not a sprint, it should feel like a light jog. So something challenging, but doable, that during it, you wouldn't be able to hold a whole active conversation, but you could be like, hey, so what are we doing a little bit later? And then you have those like little stops for breaks, but it's like, hey, what are we doing like for dinner tonight or whatever, like, you know, in conversation sounds like I have no idea. We're gonna work kind of through that pace. Always feel free to modulate because I want you to try to maintain that pace even as we switch exercises through. So with jumping, you'll have to go slower. For a little bouncing and things, you might have to go a little bit faster relative because they're different energy usages. So follow along as best you can. Once we go, I'm just gonna call out each one. When I time, we'll just be switching immediately. Okay, music to the right level. Cardio round number 1. We're gonna start with triple pulse squat in 3, 2, and 1. 1 squat, 1, 2, 3, stand up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, yeah, please, thank you. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Option to come up on the toes for a little extra. 2, 3. Hands can do whatever they need to do. 2, 3. Striker pose. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Up. As you're up, forward and back hop. Just a little distance. Not looking for a big one. Just a little bouncy. Option for low impact. Step, 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 step. Or if just bouncing is not comfortable for you. Some people it's not. Ten more seconds. Plank step outs in 3, 2, and 1. Hands come down, step back to plank. Step your feet wide of your hands to come into a low squat. Reset your hands, step back plank, step up squat. But stay low in the squat before we place it. Option for hops, you've already got it. Yeah. Light on the fingertips, light on the toes. You work more mobility by stepping further up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step up, right foot back, hands up, shadow boxing. Gloves are coming up. Punch it out, ready, set, and go. You can do 1, 2 continuous, you can do 1, 2 reset, 1, 2 reset. Let your hips, let your feet kind of be with it. Let the little bit of bounce of music kind of fill into you like it's your little fight song. Ten seconds, a little faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet together, shuffle, bounce, side to side. Like you're ready, you're prepping, you're prancing, you know, whatever. Prance a little side to side. I found the way, thank you. It's like there's gotta be a way. Okay. All right, left side back in 3, 2, 1. Shadow boxing, pull out your inner monk. Punch, 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 punch. If you want a little fun, you're also welcome to punch, punch, kick, whatever. Add your own fighting combo in there. Mix it up. Ten seconds. Second time through, we're gonna go half time, so quick transitions as we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Triple squat pulse. Squat, 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 2, 3, up. Half the time, but not quite twice the effort, just a little bit extra effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side to side, all right, front and back hops, front and back hops. I need to write bigger so I can see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, plank step outs. 15 seconds only. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, right foot back, shadow boxing. Go. Thumb is on the outside of the fist as we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Prancercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side back. I think. No, I just don't like losing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Take it out, walk it out. All right, music, come on, stay with me. All right, balance, and then we're gonna repeat our cardio. So during our balance, we're gonna have a lightly elevated heart rate here. We're going to work through some balancing poses to work the stabilizer muscles. Now we intentionally exhausted the bigger muscles that we have, the more main muscles, so that those side muscles have to kind of pick up and do the slack. We also warm them up to help get them a little ready for all of this. So as we go through, we're gonna hold each one. It's gonna be an isometric. You're gonna wiggle, you're gonna wobble, and you might fall over. But that's okay. We want to get to that point, and my favorite point in balance when I know you're being challenged is if you're being able to just hold it with no problem, nothing's moving, you're stable as a statue, you're probably not challenging yourself quite enough. We're gonna add a little bit extra components to make it so that there's just a little bit of shake, a little bit of wobble, that your muscles are like saying like, hey, I know we're working, but like we can't do this for freaking ever. Okay, first up, we're gonna be starting with tree pose. Option to do it on a block, if you already know tree pose well. Starting up, left leg is gonna be our base. Option number 1, right toes come in, you're on the tippy toes, and you're holding right here with your branches out. Option number 2, you bring the foot up a little bit, maybe just onto the shin pushes into the foot pushes into the shin. Option to bring the foot all the way up into the thigh. Option to use your hands to help so, and you're gonna push internal. Hold here, hands can be whichever way is challenging for you, which could even be waving in the wind. If it's still not quite enough, bend the standing leg to bring yourself down just ever so slightly. Chest still stays relatively tall. Yeah, go ahead and start. You're right. I did not say when to start, so I'm gonna do extra. Good. With that little bit of shaking, maybe a little bit of twisting, but hold in strong from the center. Your glutes engage, your thigh pushes into your heel pushes into your thigh. And even if it's down at your ankle. 10 seconds. Find something stable to stare at. Center your focus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Using the same leg as your balance, send the right heel back. That might be to here. We're going into warrior 3. We're hinging forward to keep your heel in the same line as your toes. You're good. No, I was moving so I didn't kick you. Again, I lose my balance too, that's okay. Hands overhead will add a little bit of loading, but they can also just literally chill down towards the floor. Just think about a straight spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes down, right heel, so we're still using our left leg as our base. Right heel turns up to the outside, to the right, left knee bends. So this is a little bit less of a balance in a sense, but what you're gonna see is we're gonna come back into Skandasana, option to come low, or you're gonna try to lift that heel up just slightly away from you. You're really gonna have to shift to the left. Very challenging. Ooh. Towards the ceiling. Yeah, the intention is to be towards the ceiling. They're not, for most of us, they will not reach the ceiling. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, shake it out before we do the other side. I like to walk around and just notice what the left leg feels like. Yeah, especially because of the pad underneath it, adding that little bit of instability, so something you expect to be stable. Our expectations really fuck with our balance too. So, right leg, tree pose. Start it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes in. Oh yeah, I forgot about the other way to make it harder. Close your eyes. Also makes it harder for me to keep track of time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the foot down, send it back, warrior 3. Long torso. Number one thing that I'll see out of people is either their leg lifts up too high or knee bends, or more pointedly their back will arch, like this or this. Straight spine, from toes to shoulders. Like you got a wizard cast fly on you. You're overseeing the lands of the realm. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Left toes turn up and out. Sink it back. Seconds. The lower you are, the more challenging it is. For sure. Holy crap. Oop. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet together. Shake out the glutes. Maybe hit the sides just a little bit. Last one, we're going to come onto the tippy toes squat chair pose. Tippy toes hold in 3, 2, and 1. Hands can be at the heart. Heels are lifted up. And you're gonna get as low as you can. Your heels will lift up. Oh. Good morning to your thighs for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Nice work. Water break number 2 before we get into our final round, which will be cardio and then stretching.
Feels good doing that, but I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I realized that I haven't taught that in a while too, and so that would be a good bit here.
Also really gives the legs a nice.
Yeah. Occasionally I don't think about it because I like to do it just in I naturally do that in like the gym and stuff. It's like I'll climb on things that I get yelled at about. And then of course handstand classes. Different type of balance, but. How's everybody doing in chat? Anybody here hanging out with us? We got somebody. Let's see what we got. Weekly Worry. Hey, nice to see you again. We got cardio left to go. How'd that balance feel for you? I fell over at least 3 times. You don't have an excess of water, do you? I ran out. You don't have a bunch of extra water, do you? I ran out.
I do.
Cool. And take a sip of yours and then we'll go. We're gonna do the same cardio round we did before. Same full round of 30 seconds at each. And then 15 seconds to close it out. All right, one more time. We're almost there. You've made it this far with us. I know you can take it to the end. Let's do it, Susan. Okay, first up, we're gonna be starting with our triple pulse squat. Knowing it's the last thing we're gonna do today in effort, feel free at any point to add that extra little bit of spice and extra little fire inside. This is your chance to burn out that last little bit of energy in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squat 1, 2, 3. Once at full time, once at half time. Oh yeah, absolutely a way to add some extra in. So every exercise will hit twice. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Forward, back, pulse. If you want a little extra here, my favorite way to do it is forward, back, up. Forward, back, up. Diamonds, yeah. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, plank step out. Option for full burpees. Everything has the option for jumping, I swear. Put that away, yeah. Good, let the music take you. Stay strong. 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, right side back. Punching out in 3, 2, and 1. "15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Shuffle, side to side. It's a little bit of a cleanser, doesn't have to be. Bounce a little faster. Thinking like little jump rope action in 5, 4, 3, 2, left side back, punch and kick. Let's go. This is your final chance to use whatever you've got left. We're gonna burn the dailies on our last time around. Any resources left over, they're gonna be gone, so let's use it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the beginning, triple pulse. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 seconds. Land soft for 5, 3, 2, 1. Forward, back, up. 5, 3, 2, 1. Plank walkouts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot back. Shadow boxing. 15 seconds only. Go, go, go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Shuffle. Last little chance to take a little breath. Focus in. In 3, 2, and 1. Left side back. Go. Yes, you can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. Take your time, no rush here. Let's use the next one. No rush here.
By the sun. It's amazing how energy that gives you in Portland.
Yeah. When you haven't seen the sun in like a week and a half.
Yeah, at least.
Just damp all the time.
Feels like months.
All right, we're gonna slowly start our stretching here. We're gonna start with the wall. And this one, hands on the wall. The focus is gonna be on the heel. Heel down, toes up, lightly bend the back leg. And as we draw down, you're sending your butt back, your toes are drawing towards your shin, and I'm hoping that you'll feel the back of the thigh. It can also be done in, kind of a runner's lunge position. If you have high blood pressure especially, this is also another reason to stay standing for a little bit longer when we're pulling the head down. The blood rush can sometimes make you lightheaded. Switch legs. You'll notice I like to do little pulses in it. It's not required, but it's very soothing for my nervous system. I'm gonna change the music to cool down. I forgot to do that part. Something a little less horsepowery. That's the name of the song. Just horsepower. So that would be funny. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to one knee. And we did the back of the thigh. Now we're gonna do the front, just like we did during the warm-up. One knee is down. We're gonna send the hip forward by pushing through the butt first to draw in. I'm gonna do a little extra talking once I get this moving set in, just to talk about differences so you can kind of explore with your body. I think one of the coolest things that I like with exercising and stretching is a chance to get to know your body better and kind of see what's going on inside. So, from this position, a lot of us, there will be a tendency for this to be our natural position. The butt is rounded back in a posterior tilt, and our core is kind of pushing forward, our ribs are jutting out. We're gonna try to do the opposite by squeezing the butt in, drawing it down towards the back of the knee is a good way to think about it. You find length here, and the core draws in. When you do that, you'll immediately feel more of a stretch on the front of the quad without even having to go deeper, just by lengthening here. It takes a lot of practice, but literally eventually it's kind of just like a little sexy hip dance. Switch sides. If you have any questions as we go about class that happened, classes in the future, or anything, always feel free to throw it in chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep talking. Other side, lengthen the hip down towards the heel. There's a little bit of a gentle push into the bottom, well, the top of the foot that's on the ground. And as you breathe in, you might feel yourself get a little bit taller. And as you exhale, you might be able to stretch a little bit deeper. pain and stretching both have so much to do with our nervous system, and when we start to be able to lower our stress and take control of our breathing and our connection with our body, we're more flexible and we have less pain in general. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. Next, into a frog type pose. This can be done a couple ways. If you have a slippery floor, I do not recommend to do this with like socks or something like that on, because you don't want to slip out. But for example, first option would be feet wide, and we're going to sink the hips or the chest forward here, or you're going to come down on the knees and you're going to make like a frog, so your feet are parallel. I'll turn so you can stay facing forward, thank you. And then you just sink your hips back. So two things, we're looking at widening the hips. Hands can be down or on blocks. And we're looking at sinking the hips back. Maybe a little bit of a pulse. Front of the hips specifically, in a wide position. Which, if I'm remembering correctly, it's more of the serratorius hip flexor. So a little bit of the piriformis, well, less the piriformis, more on the internal adductors, the muscles that pull your legs together. I know some of this doesn't actually mean anything to anybody, but it's not only practice for me, but also reaffirming like what we're working on in case you have like physical therapy. Can you breathe into the center of your hips, just like you're breathing, literally like your lungs could reach into your pelvis. Exhale out a sense of calm. Use your hands to help lift you up a little bit, and then I like to just squeeze my knees in towards the center, just slowly slide in, or kind of like walk it one leg at a time. Next up is going to be our Achilles stretch. So we're going to go into downward dog, or a similar move, and then be in a little bit short and take your left ankle to cross over your right. As you do so, press your right heel down into the ground. It may take a couple adjustments to find the right length for you, but I'm hoping that you'll feel the stretch deeper down into the calf, maybe behind the knee. And if you're still not sure, walk your hands in a little bit and push your hips up high. Oh boy, yep, there it is. Hold it for 5, maybe a gentle sway of the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Left foot down, right ankle crosses over. Press it down to open up. Breathe into your hips. Press down your shoulders towards your knees. Find support, find strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down. And call it there. Okay, I think this one I'm definitely going to put up on YouTube. So, if you're seeing this in the future, because I did what I said I'm going to do, then thank you for watching. If you want to see us live, there's going to be details in the description box down below. We teach on Twitch Tuesday through Sunday, excuse me, including meditation and handstand classes on Zoom specifically. If you do have any questions, feel free to throw it in chat, in comments, or on any private messages on any of the platforms, and as soon as I see it, I will get back to you. Thank you all very much. Let's close it out with just a deep breath together. So we'll come in with the hands crossed in front of the body, 1 slow deep breath reaching in and up. Pause for just a glorious moment at the top, and let it go. Hands come together at heart center, and gently bow your head to your hands. Namaste, and thank you for joining us today. Tomorrow is upper body and cardio, so we'll hit some more of the high heart rate stuff, and we'll work on those upper body muscles. and then